Welcome, everybody. My name is Nikki Christeson. I've been in the industry for about 18 years and have worked as a study coordinator, a project manager, an auditor, a regulatory specialist, and have found myself quite often in the role of what I almost consider a translator between a sponsor and a CRO, or even as a project manager working with an internal team, almost translating what are the needs from management and the expectations versus the teams and how they're getting things done. And how do we really bridge that gap and have very successful, motivated teams that also have very little turnover. So we're going to talk about some of the forms and stages that go into this and what can really be expected as you do build your teams. Our aim, at the end of this training, you should be able to utilize techniques that will enable leaders of complex teams to move their teams from forming to performing. Our learning objectives. We're going to define what actually makes a team. So before we can talk about how we build a team, what are the challenges, what we can expect in the pattern of that team, we need to know, well, what actually makes a team? What are we looking at when we talk about that? And we're going to talk quite a bit. In fact, our presentation is really structured around Tuckman's 4 stages of team development. And we're going to define those for you, but these are really applicable universally, not applicable necessarily just to clinical research, but what we can expect when we bring together different experts, when we bring together people who have different opinions and different ideas and different ways of doing things, again, whether it's within one organization or if it's also, again, managing an external global organization, or if you're working in-house versus people that are working remotely within the same country. Everybody brings their own expertise to the table, but how do we utilize that expertise and make sure that we're all going the same direction? Then we're going to talk about the alignment and collaboration of our goals of a project. What does that mean? What does it mean to truly have something in alignment? And is alignment and collaboration the same thing? We'll talk about that. And throughout the presentation, we'll also be providing 10 practical tips a team leader can implement to move his or her team from chaos to performing. Now, it may not always feel like chaos initially. You may have a very well-documented plan. You know what you want out of it. But again, that challenge that we face is making sure that people we're leading have the same goal and understand the process and the journey and how we're going to get there. And throughout, we'll also talk about best practices for leading virtual teams.